Can I ask you to just go give us a bit more broader picture on the education system for the teachers? So when we train teachers, so through that education system in the universities and the vet courses, are the teachers being trained to engage with kids with disabilities and of the whole variety of, and yes, as you pointed out, the teaching shortage or teachers shortage, which is a bigger issue, but the teachers who we have available, how they are well trained to engage with people with disabilities?
That's a very good question. I found through my university experience very limited teaching on students with disabilities. I did every possible core unit that I could do, and then the specialist units on top of that, because I knew that that's the direction I wanted to teach in. And it was very shallow. What we learnt, it was a little bit of maybe ADHD, certainly not enough to prepare you for a classroom. And when you go out into an education support centre, you've got such a wide variety of disabilities that I was not prepared for through 4 years of university. Well, lots of the teachers that we get coming in as graduates or as experienced teachers as well haven't had any. They might have done one unit at uni on diverse learners, and that ticks the box and you can go in. We get people who have never taught students with disabilities and they're learning it on the job, which often is the case with these kind of jobs. You learn as you go, but it would be really great, and I get this feedback from graduate teachers saying, I would have loved, why don't we get taught this at uni, how to write an individual education program, how to write a behaviour management program that deals with these different disabilities, these different behaviours. And I think lots of the people who teach this kind of subject in universities, in my experience, either haven't taught in a school at all, they went straight from uni to become an academic, or they haven't taught in a classroom for 20 or plus years. So a lot of the stuff we were taught in the lecture theatres, in tutorials, when we got out into a modern day classroom just didn't fly. And so I think there's a real shortage when it comes to skills going into education support. And I'll say that education support centres, schools within mainstream high schools, so you have a centre or a unit with a certain number of kids, it can be quite big, about 100 kids, and they have their own classrooms, but those kids go to workshop or they go to cooking, or some might even be supported with a staff member into maths or English. But then you also have the special education schools, which is a complete setting only for students with profound or complex disabilities. They're a bit different, and so when I talk about ed support, I'm talking about the centres.